study what is working for them. So we have something called a certified pure tested grade. We used to call it therapeutic grade. The FDA wants us to change that. So they are tested multiple times to make sure that they have everything in it that will help your body have the health benefit you're seeking, and nothing in there that you wouldn't want to get in a concentrated form, which would be, for example, herbicides or pesticides or synthetics or things like that. So they're similar to the herbs. The plants produce them in that. Let's just take peppermint, for example. Peppermint is energizing. It promotes clear breathing. It helps with head tension. It cools your body off. It helps with digestive issues. And if you've got that frog in your throat and you need to be in a meeting and talking, a little bit in your water is wonderful to help with phlegm and things like that. They're safe for babies and for elderly. I put it on newborns. I put it on very sick. We've used it in hospice care for the dying to help relieve them of pain and help them sleep better and help their digestive. Because you know, when you lay really still, you don't digest as well. So 1 drop of the peppermint oil is similar to drinking 28 to 50 cups of tea. It's like, it's a lot more powerful than the herb itself. So if you got peppermint in your samples, this would be a good time to grab that. And we're going to put some on the palms, and then we're going to breathe it. Here's how I'm going to do that. Just touch the bottle. You get 1 drop. I know you have tiny sample bottles in most cases. Rub your hands together, and then if it's not peppermint, you could cup and breathe like this. But being peppermint, let's just leave it open because it is so powerful. And you can feel your airways open up immediately. There's the difference between something synthetic. When you smell the synthetic things, your capillaries want to shut down, your airways want to shut down to protect you from those synthetic things that are coming in. So you'll notice a difference with the real tested grade oils. Okay, if you happen to get peppermint in your eye, you know, say you're forgetting a second that you just did that and you rub your eye, it might feel a little burny. So take some other kind of oil out of the kitchen, a fractionated coconut oil, olive oil, whatever you have, and just put some of that on your hand, rub it on your eye, take a dry cloth and just wipe that out. And if it's still burning, do it again. That's how we get rid of the sting, not by using soap and water. Soap and water tends to spread it. So just so you know, use oil for an oil. Okay, so that's the first cool thing about essential oils, that they actually are 100% natural and they're safe to use. All right, Tammy, are you there? I don't know if you got good connection. Do you want to talk about how they're more effective?
Sure. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Kathy? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, Tammy, we can hear you.
I see
Okay,
that
awesome.
she's talking, but I don't hear anything. Caroline, would you take over for that?
Yeah, Tammy, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, thanks, Caroline. All right, so
Just make sure people are not muted.
they're really effective. And as you can see from the slide, they're more effective than a lot of the modern approaches that we have to health problems, because they go right to the source, right? They're
Okay.
pure, they're natural.
Caroline needs to unmute. Yeah.
Hey, Kathy, Tammy is talking.
Hmm. I
Can you hear?
apologize. We've never had this trouble before where we couldn't hear some of the people. All
I'm
right,
so
Um,
I'll
sorry.
just go ahead. And then Tana, if you want to talk about more affordable, that'd be great. So essential oils are actually more effective for benefiting your health and helping you than pharmaceutical alternatives. And let's talk about how that works. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody said that everybody could hear Tammy but me.
I can hear her.
Kathy- Oh, thank you, Gloria.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Tammy, if I was talking over you. Go ahead and finish if everyone could hear you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, sorry, I am traveling too, so it might go in and out, but I'll just do this really quickly. You can see that picture of the cell right there. And the way that essential oils work so well is that they can permeate the cell walls. Cell walls are made from a lipid or a fat substance. And so because essential oils are also lipid based, they can get through the cell wall. Normally, if we were to take, let's say, an antibiotic, it's because we have bacteria that would be on the outside of the cells. Bacteria can't actually penetrate the cell wall. But viruses are something that can penetrate a cell wall. So the cool thing about essential oils is that they can also penetrate those cell walls and do more for us than just sitting at home and waiting for an illness to pass that might be caused by a virus. You look at the slide there and it shows a picture of On Guard. On Guard is amazing for keeping our immune systems healthy, and it promotes, healthy immune function. It soothes when our throats might be sore from whatever condition might cause that. And also it's amazing for cleaning our homes and cleaning our hands. There is a whole line of On Guard products that are just amazing for keeping our immune systems healthy. So it's nice to know that we have something that we can use to keep our bodies running at a high level. And if we start to get some sort of seasonal issues, then we can certainly use our essential oils to keep our bodies healthy.
Thank you, Tammy. I think I figured out my technical problem here. So, more affordable. Caroline, would you like to hit that one?
Sure. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a
Yes.
thumbs up, nod. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, let's just talk about money. Everybody likes to talk about money, right? Or the lack of. I don't know about you, but I like to save money on a lot of things. I have a big family and I like to save. So, one of the things that essential oils that we have found, essential oils have been very affordable for us. So let's give you some examples. Let's talk real numbers to give you some examples. So I need your participation in the chat box, or well, actually, the best will be in a chat box since we're having trouble with the audio. If in the chat box you can write down maybe what your copay is when you go see the doctor. Like, do you? Some people don't have a copay; they pay $0. Some people pay $25 when they go to the doctor. Help me out. Let's get a ballpark about what everybody is paying when they go see the doctor, with everything from 15, well, Luann, 1,500 for, wow. We got Tammy, $10. Riley says 50. Let's see, 14805. I don't know who that is, but they said anywhere from 25 to 50. Gloria says she has no copay. Okay, we have everything from 0 to 1,500, right? For a doctor's visit. All right, let's talk about if you were to go to the doctor, let's talk about prescriptions. So say your doctor gave you just a basic antibiotic, maybe you had an ear infection, for example. What would you go pay for picking up that prescription? I know for me, for those type of amoxicillins and those kind of things, it might be $0 to $5 for me. But go ahead, put that in the chat. Let's see kind of what we would be paying in addition to going to the doctor if we had a copay for a prescription. Luann said 5. Rachel said 4. Riley said anywhere from 0 to 35. Awesome. All right. So let's say, okay, so our doctor visits again, 0 to 1,500. We got 0 to about 35 for a prescription. All right. Let me give you a real case scenario. I've got 4 kids. We deal with ear infections on occasion, right? So when my kids get an earache, it's always in the middle of the night, right? And yeah, it's really uncomfortable, right? So what I have been so blessed is using the essential oils. So all I do is I take a drop of tea tree oil, and I'll take it and I'll put a little drop right here on my finger, and I'll rub it right around the ear, on the back side here and on the outside. I'll even put 1 drop on a cotton ball and I'll stick it in their ear, and they'll go to bed. So that right there, when they wake up in the morning, most of the time that will clear it away. I might do it another time, one more time during the daytime, but it usually is sufficient for that. That right there cost me less than $1 to do. So I didn't have to go to the doctor's office where all the sick people are, right? I didn't have to take time off of work. I didn't have to pay the fee. I didn't have to pay the prescription. I just had to use a couple of drops of my essential oil. So that is just a really great example on how affordable essential oils are. They really are pennies for a dose. And I've been using essential oils more than 10 years now, and I really believe that you cannot afford not to use essential oils. It will save you money. So that is the third cool thing about it, is essential oils are more affordable than modern healthcare. I'll turn that back over to you, Kathy.
Good job, Caroline. Thank you. And I think I figured out my thing, but Thomas still can't get on. Anyway, all right. So now we've covered the 3 cool things about essential oils. And I wondered, who can tell me all 3? Just say it out loud. Unmute yourself and say it.
Safety, effectiveness, and affordable.
Good job, Rachel. Awesome. All right. So the next part, I would like to share my screen here and just talk to you just for a second about lifelong vitality. Let's see.
Well, we could wait till after the 3 ways to use oil. So.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Okay. So, whoops, sorry, new computer. Oh, this is good enough. Okay, so doTERRA has something called lifelong vitality. And I was so excited about this because it made such a difference in my health. I was taking a lot of good vitamins, but this is a way to get them all in this one box. And inside the box, there are 3 bottles. One is the VM, which is the vitamins and minerals that are essential. You have to have them every day or your body's operating in a state of malnourishment. We can't manufacture them within our bodies. The next one is the Z Omega, and this is a combination of essential oils and wonderful omega-3s, and then the alpha CRS, and this is a cellular vitality complex. So these things were put together, specifically formulated to support healthy inflammation response, energy and vitality, memory and brain function, immunity, and youthful appearance. And it also helps your cardiovascular function. Now, here's an exciting study I wanted to share with you. This was in May of 2020. The 16 subjects were recruited to take the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. And what you do is take 2 of each in the morning and 2 of each at night. And since they are from a food source and they're totally bioavailable, you end up taking a little bit more because, you know, when it's a food source, not just some fake chemical, you have to have a little bit more of it. And what they found was the following markers were statistically significant improvement after the supplementation. That was their blood lipids, fasting insulin, cardiovascular biomarkers, EPA and AA, EPA ratio. And they showed that these supplements had a positive effect on the biochemical indicators of heart health, antioxidant status, inflammation, and blood glucose regulation. And not just only these physical markers were influenced, but the subject all reported more mental clarity, energy, motivation, control, balance, happiness, and several other subjective measures of health improvement. Like, did you feel better? Were you less stressed? That kind of thing. After taking it for only 2 months. They did that same study with college students and they all said it improved their mood. They were less depressed afterwards. So here's the first one with the Z Omega, and it has a really great source of marine fatty acids, essential fatty acids, and a land source. Now, if you're trying to be vegan, you can totally get the vegan formula, so it's all land. In our modern diet, we should have a 1-to-1 ratio of the omega-6 fats and the omega-3s. Omega-6s are like having an alarm bell going all the time, saying, something's wrong, we need help, put out the fire. And the omega-3s are cooling and soothing and settling. What we actually have is more like 16-to-1. Like you take a hamburger and some dairy fat and that kind of thing, and those are tons of omega-6s, and that is very detrimental to your health. So this is a way to help you get more of the omega-3s. There are 9 essential oils in there, and clove is a powerful antioxidant. Frankincense for cell repair and DNA replication that's healthy. Thyme, one of the most powerful supports or aids for your immune system. Wild orange for mood. Peppermint and ginger are in there because they tame your stomach and they help you feel like your digestive system is working properly, and then you don't have the problems that some people have when they take vitamins. Frankincense, I did cover that. I'm just trying to hit these things quickly. And the alpha CRS, I wanted to talk just for a second about that. So inside your cell is a little engine, see this little car engine in here, that produces energy. You take in oxygen and food and you put out energy and exhaust. That exhaust is in the form of free radicals. Those free radicals can actually cause oxidation or oxidative damage to the very cells that produced it. Now, how do we get those free radicals in the body? Well, you get them extrinsically from things like pollution and toxins and plastics and even sunlight. Then you get them intrinsically or inside your body by breathing and moving and using your muscles. So all these things are going on all the time, and these free radicals need to be cleaned up. And most people find with just a few days, that was my experience, a few days of taking these vitamins, they have more energy. They just feel cleaner and clearer. So this is the cellular aging process. Free radicals damage your DNA, your mitochondria, and other cell structures. And a lot of that damage going on all the time causes that inflammation that we're unfortunately familiar with and live with, a lot of people do, and it causes pain, and it causes tissue breakdown and cell damage. And eventually, if enough cells are damaged, you're going to damage organs, and they're not going to be able to work like they're supposed to. All these undamaged cells in your body can lead to unhealthy aging. And just the fact that there's more free radicals in your body that aren't being taken care of can cause more DNA and cell structure damage. So it's like a circle, and it goes on unless you get enough antioxidants. The antioxidants are the stable molecules, and they have electrons to share. You get that from eating a really good diet, fresh fruits and vegetables. And the actual score, they actually can score the vitamins, and they give it what's called an ORAC score, oxygen radical reduction capacity. And our vitamins have an ORAC score as if you ate 13 or more servings of fresh fruits and vegetables that day. It's the same amount of antioxidants. And so what happens inside your cell is that you have greater energy output, cleaner exhaust, and you actually can create more mitochondria over time. And that will really boost your energy. It's incredible. And I always just love to put in this slide. We'll tell you at some point about the loyalty program. When you are on the loyalty program, you can buy these vitamins for half price. So I'm going to stop that share. And I just want to tell you really quick an amazing experience that I had with the vitamins. I had my thyroid burned out because I had Graves' disease. And after 6 months of taking those vitamins, my thyroid started to regenerate itself and produce healthy hormone. And we have oils that can support your thyroid. And what you do is just roll them on or put them on right over the thyroid gland. But I wasn't doing that because I didn't think I had a thyroid gland. So those vitamins really surprised me and really surprised my doctor, who had heard that could happen but never seen it before. And now I'm going to turn it back over. Tana, I know we could hear you just fine, even though you couldn't hear us.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Okay. Tana's going to do.
Yeah, the three ways that you use. Hold on. Okay, so that was just a brief introduction to our nutritional line, and that has essential oils in it. And doTERRA is very unique in that we can use essential oils internally. There's these three ways that we can use oils, and we like to kind of give you a sneak peek into the lifelong vitality, because if the little samples that you got this week, you're not seeing the results that you want to, we hope that you do. And like 90% of our participants do see results, and we're interested in your experience. But for those that don't, that have a little bit more chronic issue or some of this inflammation underneath, then that's, you want to just log that away. The LLV is something to consider, and it is money back guaranteed. So back to our essential oils, we've got the aromatic way, and this way is what you probably are familiar with. You know, most people in the world, when you say essential oils, they think aromatherapy. This is something that smells good. It can affect your mood to one degree or another. A lot of people don't realize that it's actually antimicrobial, that if you have a good, pure essential oil that's not synthetic and doesn't have anything synthetic added, just pure as it comes from the plant, then it can actually cleanse the air and the surfaces where you're diffusing the essential oil. So, and great for, you know, this kind of era that we are passing through as a society, the essential oils can support the respiratory system and help keep everything clean and open and good. You know, even if you do tend towards respiratory issues, you can be proactive in strengthening it on a daily basis. So I know we, and then topically, you guys understood, you know, got hopefully to put on some peppermint a minute ago and feel that and smell it. We want to use the oil topically. Those of you who are in the pain study, you know, and you're looking for benefits for pain, this is where you're going to see the most benefit, is just applying it right where you have the pain. So if it's a little too intense for you, add some oil. I think Kathy already mentioned that. Some people will get it in a sensitive area or in, you know, too close to your eyes, and just grab some coconut oil, some olive oil, whatever you have handy that's got those big fat molecules to help slow down the entry of the essential oil into the skin, and that you know, soothes it. Don't put water on it, that will intensify the feeling, but using a fatty oil will help to relieve that. So topically, also for digestive issues, you can apply the oils just right over your abdomen. And you know, if we're addressing the digestive tract, ideally you can put the oils in a capsule. Some of you may have some capsules, and take it right down into the digestive tract. But if you're working with you know, little kids or people who don't do well with capsules or taste, you know, they don't want to just put some in some water and taste it, then you can apply it topically. So I know I have a couple of different teachers on here. If any of you want to jump in at any point, I'm just plowing through. And of course, we've got the internal method here at the end. If you don't have a veggie cap or an encapsulated oil, then you can just put a little bit in like a shot glass of water and chug it down, or in your actual glass of water to drink throughout the day. Anything else about that? I could see there's some questions here, comments. Okay, you guys are.
Annalee, what about how do you know which ones are safe for internal use?
Sorry. Which oils for internal use? Okay, so there, if it's, you know, the Digest Zen is a good one for internal use that you may have a sample for. The peppermint, also good for internal use. All of the citrus oils, your lemon, wild oranges, those are all good. And really, if you have the actual bottle, doTERRA tells you right on the label with the food supplement fact that it's safe for internal use. And that's actually a really good indicator of the quality of your essential oil. If you've ever purchased oils from any other company, many times they will say not for internal use, and that's a red flag. If it's a food like a basil or a marjoram or any of these herbs that we enjoy, you should be able to take it internally. And if the company is not confident enough in their purity and they don't have that food supplement label on the bottle, then you may not have a good quality oil. So that's the unique thing about doTERRA, is they are all safe for internal use, unless we're talking about something that, you know, doTERRA recommends for pain, you know, like their deep blue blend, and that one, it just works better if you put it on topically. So there's a few exceptions there, but somebody else want to take it over from here? I just got a few oils on the slides here to talk about if we have time, or we can, you know, wrap it up and move to any questions at the end. What do you think?
Caroline, if you want to talk about some oils, great, let's do that.
Sure, let's run through it real quick. I see if I can break the record for the fastest speed and that you know, so you feel confident using it. So go ahead. The next screen is lemon. Lemon is a great one. Again, you can take that internally. Many of you guys have that in the digestive study. So that's a great oil. You can do it in your water. So that's a great way. It's also great if it's my secret weapon for stinky houses. So if people come by my house and I haven't cleaned, I'll fill up my sink with a little bit of water and put a couple drops of lemon, and it smells like I've just cleaned my house. So it's also a great one to diffuse. So it will uplift people in the mood, and it's just a great essential oil to use. So those are just a few uses for that. We talked about deep blue in the chat as being a great pain oil, specifically for your muscles and joints. So if you have kind of a nerve pain, then I would probably go with more of the Aroma Touch blend, but that's a good topical oil that you're gonna massage in. And I'd recommend using some carrier oil when you're dealing with pain topically. That allows you to spread that around. Let's see, we have peppermint. We talked about peppermint, and many of you guys in the digestive study will have peppermint, and that is great also for respiratory. It's great for digestion. You can drink it in your water or do it topically. It's also going to cool you down. It's the oil. My husband doesn't go anywhere without that. Good question. Deep blue is actually a blend of essential oils. It's got like blue tansy and wintergreen and peppermint in it. It's a specific oil blend that doTERRA has for soothing muscles and achy joints. Let's see, we've got sleep studies. People are doing the sleep studies. So we have lavender. Lavender is great. It's all things calming. So that's emotionally, if you're in a frazzle, it can calm you down. It's also great for rest. So one of my favorite places to put lavender for sleep is on my big toe, or I like to put on the backs of my neck, or put a drop on my pillow before I go to bed. Or if you have a diffuser, you can put it there as well. Serenity is a blend, just like Deep Blue, but it is a restful blend. So it's a blend of a lot of the floral oils and I think it's the tree oils that are super calming and soothing for the body. So that's, many of you guys will have the oil, and then you will also, some of you guys will have the soft gels, which has the lavender oil in that soft gel. So really, really great for that. I can't think of anything else oil wise. Anyone I'm missing that we
Did
want to
you
mention?
hit adaptive?
No, I haven't. Okay, so adaptive. Oh yeah, for those that are doing the mood, adaptive is a really good one. This one is an oil blend that's specifically designed for daily stressors. So if you're one of those people that worry a lot or have a lot of anxious feelings or deals with a lot of sadness, adaptive is a really good oil. I like to put that on my pulse points. So right here or on my wrist or even the inside of my arm. It's a great one to diffuse throughout the day to uplift the mood. But that one is a great one. My daughter has had amazing experiences with that particular blend. But that one's a great oil. Topically, aromatically is the way you'll use that as well.
So I'm not sure if you talked about copaiba. Sorry, you were doing it super speed.
Okay, yes, I know. I was shooting it out. All right, because I know we're past time. So copaiba is also, or copaiba, however you want to say that one. That one's a good one. It's a nerve. It's also good for nerve pain, but it's like frankincense. It's going to help all the body systems. So it's going to help cardiovascular health. It's going to help digestion. It's going to help your tissues and pain,
Immunity,
and
right.
immunity, right? And so many of you guys will have that one. That one does come in soft gel. So depending on what kind of study you are and who you're working with, you might have the oil. So you might be using that topically for pain. Or if you have the soft gels in the emotion study, then you might be taking them in a pill form and taking them internally for that. But that's a great oil. There's many, many uses for that one.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Caroline.
Yeah.
I just want to mention that during this week of the study, every day there will be posts in that VIP group that you've been invited to. And if you will go there and read those and take part in the challenges, you can win daily prizes. If you don't want to participate in the challenges, just enjoy the information there, the learning that's available. We're offering really a great essential oil education here for you in a brief week. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you will check back with your person in a day or two that invited you to the study and let them know how you're doing. This is really important that we have a check-in partway through this study and see if you have any questions at that point. All right, I think we will love you and leave you. Good luck. Thank you for participating with us. I'm sorry we were kind of stuttering when we got started. Mostly my fault. And thank you for hanging in there with us. Have a good night.
Thank you.